What's happening with y'all, man? It's your boy Alex Season in this mug, and my co-host over here.
The one and only Les in the Billy. Welcome to the In Too Deep podcast.
At
I'm happy to be here. Happy to see y'all.
facts. We got a lot to talk about today. As you can see, the brand new little setup that I got going on here. I made it. I made it just. It's there's more to come. I got an intro that I'm thinking about bringing out. For sure. I got an outro that I'm trying to do as well. I got little other overlays. So make sure you stay tuned because the pod is gonna keep getting better and better, and you don't want to miss out on the progression.
The
Um,
heat coming in. We got gas.
exactly. So you don't want to miss out on all the progression and all the things that we're gonna be talking about. Don't forget we stream twice a week, Monday and Wednesday. So
Mhm.
tune in. It's gonna be around 7 o'clock. You will see our stream premiere time, and we will have a load time. So make sure you hop in, join in on the conversation in the chat.
Sub
Um,
up.
exactly. Hit that sub
Sub up.
button. And
Comment, like, share it.
all that. Make sure you do all that for sure.
Show
Um,
love, and we'll show love back.
facts, facts. He's talking that already. You know what I'm saying? If you're watching this after the live, make sure you tune in for the live so you can actually participate with the
Mhm.
with the group. You know what I'm saying? And spam up in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but without further ado, I have a question for you. You know what I'm saying?
Shoot, shoot.
All right. This might be a little weird, but would you
Okay.
would you date your auntie?
No, definitely not. Never in a million years.
What if it was like a step auntie, like she wasn't blood?
Step auntie, she wasn't blood. Hmm.
And she was bad?
Who? I don't know. Step auntie might be. You know what? I'd probably slide on my step auntie. I would never date my step auntie though. If she's that bad.
So you'll never date your step auntie?
No, never date my step auntie.
Okay. What if she was Rihanna though, and she was like trying to holla at you?
Like, so it's basically, I'm coming into the kitchen to fix a plate. She come up behind me and try to see what that dick do. I have to be like, I have to make a decision right then and there.
Okay. The reason that I'm asking is because there's a little controversy going on right now with Larsa Pippen. You know about Larsa Pippen?
Yeah. Scottie Pippen's ex or need to be ex-wife.
Yeah. Well, I believe they got a divorce. I believe it's finalized. I'm not 100% sure, allegedly. Um, but
She's the queen of the streets.
she is dating her nephew, technically. She used to babysit Michael Jordan's son, and they're dating now. What do you think about that?
Ugh. I think, what the hell? She used to babysit him and then they started dating. That's literally grooming at its finest.
Yeah, Marcus Jordan. Let's see the age difference. Let me look at Larsa Pippen's age.
Oh God.
She's 48 years old. Okay, straight MILF status. To me, she's not that bad, honestly. But to
She's
each their
gross to
own.
me.
To
That
each
is
their own.
a dumpster fire in a pit of garbage, sewage.
And Marcus Jordan is 31.
So like 17-year difference.
Exactly.
I mean, looking at it from a number standpoint, that don't matter. But if you knew him as a kid, like you saw him as a child, like
Mm-hmm.
out of the sippy cup, walking around in diapers, or was when he was in elementary school or middle school, unacceptable. That's
Changing
unacceptable.
his diapers. Saw
She was
his
changing his diapers.
saw his little wee wee. Supposedly, she was babysitting him as a kid. Now that's just alleged. There's no like they don't have pictures of them, together
Right.
as kids. But I mean, still, still like that's wild.
That's
You know what I'm
gross.
saying? Like that's like your. I'm pretty sure Scottie Pippen Jr. and Marcus Jordan were like probably cool or something. Like uh, the reason that I asked this is because you see the age difference, right? You see how the woman's older and the son is younger, or
Yeah.
Michael Jordan's son is younger. Let's say the roles were reversed, and it was like a old man dating like his niece, basically. You know what I'm saying? Do you think it would be an outrage? You think it would be people would be going crazy on the internet?
Definitely. I think people would be super duper upset if they. I women would be up in arms,
Yes.
saying, "Oh, he was grooming her, trying to get her to
Mm-hmm.
do all
Call
of
him
this stuff just so he could do."
exactly. Calling him a pedo, all that stuff, bro.
Yes. No. Yeah.
Instantly,
For sure.
instantly. They would have
Hmm.
been calling that man out. He would have probably been accused to go to prison. They would have been. It would have been on TMZ everywhere. Because I don't know if you remember. Even though the situation is a little different because the girl was underage, but Drake was texting the girl from Stranger Things,
Um.
Millie Bobby Brown. I think that's her
Millie
name.
Bobby Brown. That's her name. Yes.
Yeah, he was texting Millie Bobby Brown, and like we don't know what they were texting about, but supposedly he was like grooming her, and that thing was like all over Twitter, all over Instagram. People were talking about it all over the place. And then this pops out, and I seen like one small little post like as I was scrolling, and it was like the comments weren't like going crazy or nothing. Like it barely had 100K likes like the other post did. I was like, I was like, man, this is crazy.
That is why I heard about that, and I don't even think because I'm not on Twitter like that. I had at least heard about what happened with Drake, but I did not know that Larsa was out there fiending.
Yeah, like she is already like dating people, which is cool because it's not your family. Like that's that. Even though they're not blood, that's like your family. All right, like that's insane. You watch this little kid grow up, and then all of a sudden, like I don't
Became
I don't know if I put any blame on Marcus though. Do you put any blame on Marcus, or is it more on Larsa?
I couldn't put blame. I literally just said I'd slide on my auntie, so I'd be I'd be the calling the kettle black.
Yeah, I
Would
feel that.
you? Would you slide on your auntie?
No, no way. There's
Your
too
auntie in law.
there's too many women out here. It would be different if I was like I wasn't getting no hoes and she was like showing me attention. Then it would be like, ah, man, I gotta get some. But at the same time, like there's too many women out here, and then I'm Marcus Jordan. Like, let me look at his net worth. I'm pretty sure he can walk in anywhere and get any girl. Why does it have to be your auntie?
Because y'all have that connection.
Wow, his net worth's only 1.5 million, which is kind of crazy. But
That's
um,
probably why he's sliding on my. But I feel as if you know someone for that long, they probably know you pretty well, could probably read you pretty well, and it seems easy. You probably just connect on a level. It's like having a long time friend and then just crossing a line that probably should not be crossed.
I don't know though. Like Larsa Pippen isn't even that bad for you to be like, and she's 41, bro. I
She's
don't know,
41 or 48.
or 48, or however old she is. Oh yeah, she's 48. She's pushing 50, dog. Like
Yeah. Mm-mm.
I don't care how much lipo, how much BBLs you got done, how many implants and facelifts and lip injections you got. You can go to Miami and find the same girl that's not your auntie.
Without a doubt.
Like, she is literally a copy and paste chick. Like, she is not that bad for you to be out here. Especially your auntie is. That's just crazy, bro. I don't know. Like, what happens? What happens at the family reunion? What happened? What happens when Scottie Pippen? Scottie Pippen probably. I don't know if Scottie Pippen and Michael have beef or they even talk to each other anymore. But if they ever hanging out and Marcus just happened to show up, if I'm Scottie, I'm beating your ass. I'm running up on you. Simple.
It's on site for real.
It's on site, bro. Like what? That is insane, bro. Even if I'm Michael and I see my son, I gotta put hands on you. That's just crazy, bro.
Like, you knew better.
Exactly.
And then just for her to have the reputation that she has, like, you just it's poor decision making all across the spectrum. Like, there's nothing good in that. You don't gain anything from that.
Nothing.
It's just a walking L. A
walking
L.
L, bro. Like, this is insane news. And the fact that it's like nowhere to be found out here is just crazy to me. Cause like I said, if it was, let me think of somebody. I don't know. I don't know. Just, this is just insane. All right. Man. Something you want to talk about? I'm going to get into this next topic.
It's been very cold lately out here in Houston. And so people that walk their pets, I get it. You know, y'all are cold. But why do people dress their pets? I've never really gotten that. Like, people get houses built for them. They be taking them to the spa, all of that stuff. I've seen a dog with shades, a diamond, like a rhinestone coat, and pants.
Yeah.
It's not necessary.
You gotta think about it. All right. A lot of people get animals as an extra member of the family. You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of these people, especially like new couples or single people, usually get animals as either an extra like a comfort animal or like a kid, almost like a practice kid. Like, I know a lot of new couples that will get like a dog or something together and take care of it because it's kind of like having a child almost, without actually having to make the commitment of an actual human being. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, they kind of take it to that next level. It's like, all right, since you're our kid, or since you're like my best friend, I might as well. And a lot of the time, it's women that do this. A lot of the time, and I ain't gonna lie, it's cute sometimes. Like, if I see a little Yorkie and a little nice turtleneck sweater, it's kind of cute, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
It should only be a Halloween thing. Like, I can do the costumes that they have where they had all they come up with some very creative stuff. But if you're gonna go through the links to dress up your dog, why not just get a human? You could dress up a human too.
Why not just get a human? That's a whole baby. What the
baby? Yes.
At least, like, no. There's no legal obligation to an animal. All right, there's no legal obligation.
Unless
there's no actual ties to an animal. You know how many times I see couples break up and they're like, all right, you can take the dog, and they just go their separate ways. With a kid, it's totally different. Like, a kid is like a whole 18-year, actually, it's a lifelong commitment. All right. You are with that kid to the day you die. That's your blood. You know what I'm saying? And then if you're a man, don't even get me started with the family courts. You are cooked. There is no winning. You take a major L, bro. Like, but the dogs and clothes, I agree with. It is cool, but to do it all the time, no. And then you got to think, a lot of the times, like even though dogs have fur, there are a lot of animals that aren't built for the cold. So
Yeah.
I see some dogs that will wear like they will put like those insulated like bodysuits on the dogs, which is cool. I think they go a little far if they put shoes on them though.
Shoes is crazy.
Have you seen a
Shoes.
Have you seen a dog with shoes on before?
Yes.
And
Yes.
you see how they walk?
They like do like a little.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
don't know what to do. Like,
Yeah, they be tiptoeing like cuz
hmm
they're so confused. They're like, "Why is this on my feet right now?" But I don't know. I agree with dogs having clothes though.
I don't
Not
mind to be. Go ahead.
not like a cartoon though. Like they throwing on an outfit, the same outfit every day type. Like, you know what I mean? No, not like that. I mean like on special occasions or cool like, you know, like you got a little sweater you want to throw on your dog, like you know, you could do that.
These people have days of the week outfits. I feel also when I think about people that go through those links,
Hmm.
I think about how they kind of make them less animal and more human, and they're treating them like humans, and that can kind of mess up the dynamic that you might have. Like the dog gets confused. I don't think that I would ever let my dog, or I would never treat my dog that way. I believe it's supposed to be, you know, Alpha, the owner, and then, Beta, the dog. Dog
I
listens to what I say, do what I do, and of course, I'm gonna take care of the dog, make sure he eats everything. But they get it confused and they treat it like humans.
I mean, in a sense, I guess, but like the dog still listens to you. The dog still does everything the same. It just has clothes on. Like I think you're thinking too deep about the animal having clothes on. Like I understand like shoes is crazy cuz like they have paws, like they're supposed to be walking on their paws, but
Yeah,
like them having clothes on for 30 minutes while you go walk the dog and they come back in the house and they take them off, like I don't think that's a big deal. You know what I'm saying?
that's not what they do. The people that put their clothes on just because it's cold or for the protection of their dog, those are not the people that I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people that go all out, have outfits of the week, say, "Oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that,"
I mean,
and
they're
spoil
treating
their spoil their dog.
they're treating it like their kid though.
Okay,
It makes sense. It
if
makes
you had a
sense.
dog, would you? What would you? How would you treat your dog?
Well, I already have a whole thing. Like my dog is I'm gonna name my dog Pierre, just so that when I go outside or something like that, I could say, "Hey, yo, Pierre, can you come out here?" Yeah, I can say that. And then I'm gonna buy a little beret to put on his head. And
That's why you're defending them. You're gonna dress up your
exactly,
dog too.
exactly. But the thing is, he's not gonna have clothes on. It's just gonna be the beret. And then
That's kind of hard, actually.
and I'm only gonna put it on him when it's like time to like interact with people. If we're just around the house, he's not just gonna have the beret on just walking around. Like it's gonna be like kind of like an entertainment type deal. Like a girl comes over, or I'm walking my dog, or whatever I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna hopefully um, learn Italian just so that I could talk to my dog in Italian. At least the commands, you know. I could tell it sit, walk, or whatever, lay down in Italian. So then it's like the extra cherry on top.
Why Italian?
Isn't that isn't that Italian, Pierre? Or is that French?
Oh. I. So you're gonna do it because of the name Pierre? That's what I was asking.
Yeah, and it's gonna have a beret.
Okay.
And then for Halloween, I throw a little paintbrush in the hand and the little painting thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? And I'm gonna take some cute little pictures, standing in front of like a little what's they call those things? A easel? Is that
The
what's it called?
easel. Yeah,
Easel.
the
Yeah,
easel.
easel. Man, that's gonna be fire, bro. My
That's
dog,
fire, actually. I wish
my
the
dog
people
gonna
in
be
my
clean.
neighborhood were like that.
Yeah. Or I might do a Bob Ross tribute. Throw a little afro on him. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't take you
Yeah.
for a uh, a dog dresser upper, for lack of better term.
My dog gonna be dripped out.
Hit it the
She
fuck
talking
out.
about when we not around everybody, Pierre gonna have a nice thick gold chain on, nice thick Cuban. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be walk around. It's gonna walk around because it know it's home. It's gonna stand its ground. You know, I stay in a dog centric neighborhood. Like everybody has a dog here, so like when I walk my dog, it's gonna piss on your dog because it owns that nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's
Wow.
gonna it's gonna piss around the neighborhood because it
Like
owns the neighborhood.
other people's dog. Can you imagine the flex of someone walking into your house and they go, "That dog got a nicer chain on than me."
Facts. It's gonna be. I already found a company that makes those chains. It's gonna be a nice 18 karat gold Cuban, thick, heavy Cuban.
Dog, be honest. A dog does not need that kind of chain, bro.
It's like
That's
two bands, and then you
too
could,
bad.
but you got it. It has like the connecting piece has the name on the dog, like on the chain, has the name on it. So it's gonna have Pierre on that thing. It's gonna be man, my dog gonna be clean, and then I'm gonna have like 15 different berets, like to put on its head, like different colors.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whatever outfit I'm wearing, like I got like this cream color shirt, I'm gonna put a cream color beret on them. You know what I'm
And you'll
saying?
be matching. Okay.
Facts.
Yeah. That's
Facts.
cool. That's cool.
Facts.
I
My,
gotta see you do it though. I
my
gotta see you
dog, my
do
dog
that.
gonna be clean, bro. I'm telling you. I'm thinking about getting it around my birthday, but I'm not sure. I might hold off until uh income tax, the tax return come in, man.
In like 2 months, you talking about doing that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, when that tax return come in, I'm probably gonna use the whole check to buy the dog, cause the dog gonna run me between 5 and 20.
That's not even including the chain, huh?
I'm not gonna get the chain off rip. The chain's gonna be like a Christmas gift or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the chain can wait. But the berets, I gotta get at least black and white off the rip. Gotta get a black one and a white one off the rip.
All right.
I already
Coming
found a
up next.
company on Etsy that make them, so we will be copping.
Shout out to Etsy. They have all types of dope stuff.
Etsy got everything. Anything you looking for the low. Be buying everything on there. Um, but while we're speaking about animals, we gotta speak about the king of the jungle. It's not the king of the jungle, but it's something like that. Talk
What
about
is it?
that Black Panther.
Oh yeah. When did that drop again?
Um, last Thursday.
Last Thursday. Okay. One of my coworkers said his wife cried 3 times during the movie.
Over exaggeration. Not gonna hold you.
Can you imagine what race she was?
I already know, and it's an over exaggeration, for sure.
What'd you think about it?
Do you care about spoilers? If not, then if you do, then I'm not gonna spoil it.
I'm not worried about that movie in the slightest.
Okay, cool. All right, so spoiler alert for anybody that's watching.
Spoiler alert, yes. All those
Um,
that 5 people that wanted to see Wakanda forever.
I'm not gonna go into extreme detail of the entire movie, so don't worry about that. But if you like the movie, go ahead, give me a W or L in the comment section down below if the movie was a W or a L if you're messing with it. But pretty much everybody expected that since Chadwick Boseman died, R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman.
Rest in peace.
Since he died, everybody expected that his sister, believe her name is Zuri. Is her name Zuri? Zuri?
Yep.
Yeah. I believe everybody thought that she was going to be Black Panther. She did end up being Black Panther, but my issue with the movie is that, first of all, the movie is 3 hours. Okay, I was not expecting that. Luckily, I got a nice movie theater with nice seats. Like, I went with a date, and we went to a it's not a new movie theater, but it's a new style. It's a movie theater that has all couches. Like all the seats are couches. So like they're like love seats. Like you could fit probably 4 or 5 people on the couch, and you could like lay back and like it's like watching it at home basically. So
Okay.
we was sitting in there, and luckily I got seats like that because if I was sitting in a normal movie seat, I would probably lose my mind because that like it got like halfway through, like we were pushing that 2 hour mark, and I was sitting there, I was like, she hasn't even became Black Panther yet. What is going on? like like we were 2 hours in the movie and she didn't even put on the suit yet. Like you literally see Black Panther in the movie for like 40 minutes, maybe. It's literally like the last fight of the movie is when she finally becomes Black Panther.
But there were other fights.
Yeah, there's other fight scenes and stuff like that. Like all the fight scenes, I'm not gonna lie, were kind of mid. Um, I guess because I don't know. I think they kind of chose the wrong villain for this movie. Um, I don't know the comic book, so I don't know how important this villain is to the arc of Black Panther. But the villain is like he's like so it's basically like Atlantis almost. Like some underwater people that like in Mexico, like they're like in the Aztec type era, but they're
Mm-hmm.
all underwater. And that's like the enemy of the movie. And the main guy, the main like antagonist dude is some type of like fish, some type of fish guy with wings on his feet, and basically like the movie is, I'm not gonna lie, the movie's kind of mid. It is. It's like maybe if I had to rate it, it's probably like a 7 out of 10, and it's probably because of the production mostly. Is why I give it a 7 out of 10. Um, Overall, like the movie, my issues with it, the movie's too long. Um, you only see Black Panther for like I said, for a short amount of time, which was kind of weird because I was waiting, I was anticipating the whole movie that it was gonna be Killmonger to come back and be Black Panther. Um, and he actually did show up in the movie because when when they take the plant, they go into like this alternate dimension and they see somebody. Um, Zuri ended up seeing Killmonger, which is kind of bad because he's a bad guy, and it usually shows you like someone that's similar to you, and they kind of have the same mentality when it comes to uh, being Black Panther because I don't know if you guys remember, but Killmonger basically wanted to get kind of like revenge for his family type, and that's kind of what Zuri's doing because supposedly uh, in the movie they don't really specify how Chadwick Boseman died, but they kind of just say he died to like a disease or something like that. Um, they didn't really touch on him too much. They had a nice little scene like dedicated to him, which was pretty cool. Um, but honestly, movie was 7 out of 10. It was kind of mid. There's a lot of cool little scenes in there, but overall, the fights were kind of mid. The story was kind of mid. It was really female centric. You could tell, like all the protagonists were female. Um, Not that I had an issue with it, but dang, there was like no dudes in the whole movie except for the antagonist. Um, and then the last thing that I want to touch on is that the movie scene You know how everybody sits in the movie theater waiting for the Marvel movie to bring up that extra scene. I think your mic disconnected, my boy.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, I was saying you gotta stay for the after credits. I always stay.
All right. So
Oh,
this is a big spoiler, so cover your ears for the next 30 seconds. But um, the girl that got banished from the Chadwick Boseman's wife, I think it was his wife, in the movie from the first movie,
mm-hmm.
uh, she had his kid, which was a boy. So technically, he's next in line
For Black Panther.
for Black Panther.
Ah,
So Zuri won't be Black Panther for long. Probably when they drop Black Panther 3, he will be old enough to take the throne as Black Panther.
you think they'll make a 3 actually?
Of course, of course, they're gonna run up the check. They gotta pay Rihanna for the one song that she did.
Oh yeah, they do still owe her.
Like literally, like I'm expecting the soundtrack to be filled with Rihanna music. I didn't listen to the actual soundtrack like on Spotify or YouTube or whatever. I don't know how many songs actually feature Rihanna, but I was listening the whole movie and she literally had the ending credits. And that's the part that they cried. A lot of people was crying. I don't know why they were crying. I don't.
That song was sad, but I don't think it was that sad.
Like literally, it's because Zuri mom passed during the movie, and like she like burned her like funeral garment, and it was like a callback to when they burned their funeral garments for Chadwick Boseman, and like it had like a little scene of Chadwick Boseman and like everyone that died, basically. And I don't know it wasn't so like I don't know why they were crying. Like I seen clips on Twitter of people like literally like bawling, like they couldn't even get out of their seats, bro. Like crying. I'm like, yo, can y'all relax?
It's
All
just
right.
it's just a movie.
Not only that, if you died, Chadwick Boseman would not care. Just saying. He is not showing up to your funeral. Why are you crying like this? All right. It's a sad day. All right. R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman. But damn, they crying like they just lost their mom. I don't know, bro.
Have you ever seen a movie that like hit you so deep that you shed a tear?
I see movies all the time with sad endings where like my eyes will like kind of water up, but not I never cried.
If your eye watered up and it came down,
No. It never
that's
came
crying.
down. It never came
Oh,
down.
it never
Like
came down.
like you know when you gotta sneeze real bad, but you're trying to hold it,
Yeah,
and your eyes kind of like ooh, like
water.
you can feel it. Like it's like
Yeah.
that. It's never like a oh my god, bro. And it's only happened recently. Like growing up, like all the way to probably like 2 years ago, I never felt like sadness for a movie. But like 2 years ago, I started like feeling the movie. I'm like, damn. Like I felt the scene in the Black Panther, like I felt it, but I wasn't like, oh my god, like my eyes didn't water up. Like I was just like, damn, that's sad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like not even my girl cried, and she's emotional. You feel me? So I was like,
Yeah.
mid, movie mid.
What movie had you like? All right.
I was hoping that they had at least a cameo of some other superhero or something, or like some superhero showing like it would have been a cool scene if they had like some Avengers show up to show like, you know, um, I don't know
I
what
thought they had a cameo. They didn't have a cameo.
no, there was nobody in that movie but the people from Wakanda. And but what I'm saying is like it would have been cool if they had like superheroes show up and be like, "Oh man, I'm sorry that he passed away or something. Like there was no outside effects. Oh, and then I forgot about this.
What?
There were so many plot holes. Like by the end of the movie, I was like, what the fuck? Like one of the biggest plot hole of the whole movie is so basically what happens is vibranium, right? The material that's only found in Wakanda. They the US was trying to harvest it, right? So this kid at a Ivy League school built a vibranium like detector as a school project. and the CIA was like, "Oh, snap. We could use this to find vibranium now." Cuz vibranium's like super hard to find and it's only in Wakanda. So they were trying to get some. So they put it on a boat, they go out to sea and they find vibranium in the ocean. But the vibranium belongs to that ancient civilization of those fish people that live under the sea. Right? So they pull up, they start like sending stuff down there to go and find the vibranium, and they run into these fish people. The fish people like, hold up, we don't do with outsiders. So they kill everybody on the boat. Right? Nobody on Earth knows about these fish people. Like they've been there since like the Aztec like era. Like with the Spaniards and before the internet, all that stuff. So they've been down there for hundreds of years, right? So nobody knows that they're down there. Now, what ends up happening is the US is like, okay, the only people that got vibranium is Wakanda. So Wakanda has to be the people that killed our people.
Oh.
So the US was threatening war against Wakanda. By the end of the movie, the US has nothing to do with the end of the movie. It's like they just forgot about it. Like, oh, you killed all of our agents. It's all right. Like, they didn't even touch on that at all.
That's why I was really worried about that movie. I just knew it wasn't going to be good.
There was other plot holes, but that was like the major one that had me at the end like, are they going to go to war, or like are they going to make an announcement that these fish people are the real people that killed your people? Like they don't even talk about that at all. Like I don't know. It was just mad weird. So I'm hoping that these plot holes get filled in Black Panther 3. So whenever that decides to come out.
I'll be like, yeah, we'll have to wait like another couple years.
Unfortunately.
That would be a lot of work, it sounds like. I'll probably go see it. Not anytime soon though.
If you go and see it in the movie theater, you go on a Tuesday during that, you know,
Discount.
$5 movie Tuesdays or whatever they be doing.
Those are my favorite days to go.
And then, you know, sneak some snacks in there. Don't even get me started, bro. I bought the tickets. The tickets were already like $30 because it was like it's a special movie theater.
Oh,
like,
yeah, because of the couches and stuff.
Yeah. So, but then I was like, okay, boom, get in there. We got there a little late. Like the movie had just started, like was just showing on the screen. So I was like, hey, you want any like snacks or anything? So I get a small popcorn. And I haven't been to the movies in a minute, bro. Like I get a small popcorn, a small Sprite, and a water. Guess how much it was, bro?
$30.
It was $23.
Might as well have been 30 because that's outrageous.
For the popcorn was this big, bro. The drink was a normal size. Like, bruh. I was sitting there after I came and like I handed her her stuff or whatever. And I was sitting there and I was like thinking in my head, I was like, when I become rich, I'm opening a movie theater. I'm going to open a movie theater, and it's gonna, and I thought about the whole like aspect of the movie theater and everything. And what I want to do is, I want to have a floor in the movie theater, right? So like it's gonna have a whole section where it's just flat, and then I want to put uh two-seater love seat booths on all over the floor, right? With the table and like a little candle on it, and then have a full menu for you to order food, so you can have like that will be like the dating section, like for couples, and then
Okay.
out going up like a small like little 3 row going up. At the very top would just be individual seats for all the lonely single people, and then the two the two steps will have full booths, so it will be a larger booth for like groups of people to sit around tables and eat food and shit like that. And I was like, that shit will make me a killing. I could charge an extra charge. I'm gonna put it in a nice area. It's only gonna be in the nice areas, and I'm gonna be charging an arm and a leg, and we gonna have a full wine selection, alcohol, full bar, everything, bro.
I think they already have a business model like that.
I
I
ain't
think they
never
have
seen
something
it.
like that already. I know Alamo Draft House. They have the food that you can purchase and
Hmm.
drinks that you can get and everything like that. And then I believe iPick has a layout similar where they have like pods and
Mm.
they're like on the like a floor level that you can go to. But
I
don't
gotta
quote
check
me
it
on
out.
that
I
one.
got I gotta look it up.
Oh, it's expensive. It's
Yeah, yeah,
expensive.
yeah. I know
So
about
you
iPick
definitely. Oh, okay.
because when I was looking for a movie theater, I was looking for an experience that I haven't been to before. 'Cause since I haven't been to a movie theater in a while, and
Yeah.
I was like looking, and if you, here's a quick tip for everybody watching right now. If you want good date experiences for whoever you're going out on a date with, the number one tip that I have for you is to do when you're thinking about doing something, do stuff that isn't the normal setup. So to find places like this, like how I found this movie theater with couches, is I literally went on TikTok, typed in movie theater, and then the area that I'm in, and then I just started scrolling. And then you could do the same thing on Instagram, and you can find unique places that aren't normal, and I do that all the time. That's how I find cool restaurants. That's how I find cool events that are like limited events that are only for like the weekend or for a week, that you can bring a date or something like that with you and really put bitches on for real. They're gonna be like, oh my God, I've never done anything like this. And I'll be like, of course you haven't. Of course you haven't. You know who I am? Do you know who I am? You know what I'm saying? I am the date king. I ain't gonna lie. If you have any questions on dating, bro, hit me up on Instagram. I got you. I got you. Any dating tips, bro? Facts.
You definitely do bless. He's giving me some tips here and there. So
Facts.
give him a shout out, give him a holla, and then elevate your dating lifestyle.
That's facts. All right. Let's see what else we got. What else we got? Got some
Yeah, you're not big of a football fan though, are you?
mid.
Football is mid. Oh, you're
I'm
a mid football fan.
I'm a mid football fan. Like I'm a normie football fan. Like just like I see the highlights and stuff like that here and there. Tap in, all
You
that
got a
stuff.
team?
Texans.
Oh,
I mean
just because you're from.
we're throwing away the season right now for our number one draft pick. We're probably gonna go for a quarterback. So whoever's in college slinging that thing is probably who we're gonna pick up.
Straight to Houston. That's what they need. That's exactly what they need. Y'all need a whole bunch of people over there. Well, I'm a Cowboys fan, and lately they've been talking about Odell Beckham Jr. coming to
Oh
play for
yeah,
them.
yeah, that's right.
It's between them or the Giants. And so I would prefer. I mean, why not? Might as well put him on. I don't think he's the greatest receiver, but it wouldn't hurt. I think we really need someone for our defense.
I'm not gonna lie. Those are two really big market teams for him to go to, so either one would be fine. Me knowing that Lola Wood has ties in Dallas, I would see that their family could move here over New York, but New York is such a big market that I could see the opportunity going that way as well. And you said the Giants, right?
Yeah, the Giants.
Yeah,
It's the
so
Giants or the Cowboys.
that wasn't that his rookie team.
Yes.
So with that being said, man, he has ties in New York. You feel me? So it's a 50-50, really. I think personally, if I was in Odell's shoes, I would probably go back to New York if he has good energy there. Like he left with good energy. If he doesn't have no beef with anybody there, then definitely I would probably go to New York just because I feel like it'll be a more stable place. I believe. Are the Giants doing well? What's the Giants' record?
They're doing okay.
Yeah.
I think they're like 5 and maybe like 3, 5-3 maybe.
Yeah, I don't think the Giants are doing that bad, and they have a young QB, and they still have Saquon Barkley, right?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think they still have Saquon Barkley, and like they have a pretty nice team. So I wouldn't be surprised if he decides to go there. I don't know if is Dak back.
Yeah, he's back.
Yeah.
He's played the last 2 games, but if we're gonna base his decision off of how they performed in the last 2 games, there's one game where they did pretty good, but they just lost to Green Bay, and it was a very pathetic loss, man. Because we were winning, and then they were down Green Bay was down 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, and they caught up and then won it in overtime.
Well, I think that old ass man up there in Dallas, what's his name?
Cherry Jones.
Yeah, that old ass nigga, like that nigga, man. I'm surprised he ain't dead yet, bro. That nigga look decrepit. That man looks so decrepit and old, bro. They need to go ahead and pass that legacy down, bro. That man is.
Chill, bro. You don't be talking about Jerry Jones.
He walking on his last legs, bro. But I don't even know how old that man is, cause black don't crack, but white be shattering, nigga. Like that should be going crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if I looked it up and it said like 52, but that nigga look like he 89, bro. Like god damn, that nigga is old as shit. That nigga was there since the Cowboys was created. I swear to God, bro. But I think his chances to come to Dallas is very slim, honestly. If New York is also trying to put their hand in the pot, he just has too many ties there. It would literally have to be like he has bad blood somewhere in their organization for him not to go back to New York.
It could be just a better opportunity. You've already been for the New York Giants. You can see what's going on in Dallas. Try it out. You don't have to be committed to it. He would get the Dallas fan base is strong. If he comes on and does a lot and does well, then it could really be good for it could be really good for him.
I would want him in Dallas just because that would be cool. But at the same time, like and his wife has ties here. Like his wife has a lot of friends here in Dallas. So it would be cool for them to come down to Dallas, but it makes too much sense for him to go to New York. And also, like, I understand your point that he could always just leave, but the thing is, he's not getting any younger. His prime years is slowly dwindling. I don't even think he's a top 5 receiver in the league. I gotta look at the stats. I don't even think he's top 10. Top receivers 2022. Let's see. Yeah, he's not even in the top 10.
Yeah, well, regardless, I look forward to seeing what decision he makes. It'd be interesting to see, just for that excitement of him coming to Dallas.
Hmm. Yeah, that would be cool. If that happens, I might buy a Dallas jersey just to get the Beckham Jr. on the back,
Okay,
cause
okay,
that is fire. That is fire.
that would be
Um,
gas.
but do you know anything about that FTX thing that's going on?
Man, I'm glad I no longer deal with it, and I could tell you a lot. I could tell you a lot about it. Not too much, but I could, if you want to. Basically, what had happened was Sam Bakerfield, which you know is the CEO of FTX, has filed for bankruptcy. They have a FTT token, which is their own coin
Mm-hmm.
that had lost about 80% of its value in about 3 days. So back on November November 6th, was it November 6th? Yeah, November 6th, they had started dropping. Over $150 million was lost. And
Mm.
the coins affected by it was Cardano, Solana, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. The big hitters on the crypto market.
Mm-hmm.
And people were speculating that it was because of like some scandal that he was participating in, or he was giving laundering illegal money. But
Mm.
over time of Sam Bakerfield owning the company, he was bailing out banks by basically buying them and giving them money because they didn't have any money. So he started losing liquidity, and they had leaked a file. Uh, I believe it's Almeda. Almeda had leaked a spreadsheet about some of the funds that FTX had available, and
Mm-hmm.
it basically made people want to withdraw their money. And so on November 7th, they had about $4 billion that people wanted to withdraw, and it was so many withdrawals that they had going on that people were on backlog. Then next day rolls around, it's up to $6 billion in withdrawals. Basically, the transactions amount to 6 billion, and FTX didn't have the money to cover it, so they filed for bankruptcy, and people are out money. Uh, it's a shame too. FTX was doing really good. They were about the top four largest cryptocurrency ads that were available. They were competing with Binance, which had the largest volume on the market,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's all up in flames. He's resigned from his position, and now we're just waiting to see what's gonna come from this.
Yeah, I had used FTX like their app for like a little bit just to test it out when I was like deep in the crypto space, um, just to try something different. And they had like a little incentive for using their app, but I didn't use it for long. I didn't really like the layout. It really wasn't for me. It was a little like futuristic, like like type. But speaking on the whole FTX thing, like I wonder what's gonna what's gonna happen in Miami with the FTX, because they actually have the FTX arena in Miami where the Miami Heat plays. I wonder if they're gonna rename it or change it or something like that.
That's actually, yeah. Hmm.
Um, and it just like they just made that deal last year, like the end of last year. So it's relatively new. So I wonder if they're gonna pull the name and put it up for bid for another company to take over, or what's gonna happen with that whole thing. I
The
don't know.
situation is really interesting. I think for crypto, that might be really bad. And if you see other companies following that same trend, it might
Hmm.
result in a similar occurrence. I think I still have some money in FTX, so I might need to check and see what happened to that.
Honestly, if everybody just subscribes and likes this video and turns the channel up a little bit, join the Discord and all that, we might be able to make enough money to make it the Into Deep arena. How about that, huh? Make it the Into Deep arena. I want to see it on the thing right there. Just man, that would be amazing. That would be amazing.
Side in our arena, dapping up the players,
I guarantee you this. Everybody in the Discord will get free tickets to a game. Simple. So make sure you hit that subscribe, like button, man. ASAP. Turn it up. Turn it up.
We got free flight, free ticket. You be lit.
And you get a little you get a hot dog with chips and a cookie.
Oh my goodness. It don't get no better than that.
Get a whole glizzy. Imagine getting a whole glizzy courtside with Jimmy Butler right there sweating right on your body. Sweat hitting you right in your face, man. Come on. Hit that subscribe button, man. What y'all doing? Man. But let's go ahead and get into this next topic, man. We're approaching that 1 hour mark. It's something that's been on my mind for a minute now, but I just haven't had the time to really come up with anything. And what I'm talking about is, what do you call catcalling for men? We need to come up with a name for that, because this past week it has happened to me a lot in this Dallas streets. I don't even know why, but it's been mad weird. I remember.
What does from a female sound like?
Well, okay, I'm gonna explain one of them. All right, so I was getting out of my car in downtown, and I was walking to my haircut appointment, and I had a fresh fit on. I ain't gonna lie, I was stepping for sure. And as I'm walking, if you ever, I don't know if every city is like this, but downtown there's like everybody kind of parks on the side of the road. You know what I'm saying? And next to the parking meters and stuff. And so I'm walking, and there was this one car, and I'm walking past. I kind of look at the car for a second, and I see people in there, but I didn't like look at who's in there. I just seen women in there. And I'm walking past, and then I don't know, they must be from New York or something, because they roll down the window and they're like, yeah. And I'm like, I kind of look back for like half a second just to see, but I wasn't like really focused on them. I was just like, I'm just gonna keep walking. You know what I'm saying? They were like, damn. And then somebody said, yeah, you fine as fuck. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? Whoa. Like, bro, they was mad aggressive, bro. Mad aggressive. And they was like, what threw me off is like, at first when they say I was like, I had a hat on and it said LA. It didn't say New York. So I don't know why they started saying, yeah, you're like I'm not supposed to know what that fuck that shit mean, bro. Like, I don't know. But that was like the most like outburst. Like, they was loud, bro. Like, they was like, yar, out the window. And they were like, bro, it had to be at least 5 girls in that car. In that car. And they was like yelling out the window. And they was like, somebody said like, damn. And like 2 of them was like, damn. And then the last girl was like, yeah, boy, you fine as fuck. So they just said that. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? Yo, this is crazy. And then, you said what?
Did you holler? Did you slide on them? Pull up?
Nah, bro. I just kept walking, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
What? Wait, you walked away from that?
Yeah, I got too much going on to be dealing with a bunch of like masculine ass bitches. Like, hell no. You better come to me with some
brave because they was with their friends.
Exactly. But that's just how where I'm at is like and then I was in the mall. I was walking in the mall. I was just coming in through Macy's or JCPenney or whatever. And like I'm walking through or whatever, and I have it's the same day. And I'm walking in. And this is actually the day I went to see Black Panther. So as soon as I walk in, there's a group of girls, black girls, all right? And the girls that was yelling they were all black as well. But there was a group of black girls coming my way. It was like at least 7 or 8 women, like, and they were all like, like college. They looked like college age, and they had like dresses on. Some of them were all right, some of them was all right, but they was walking by. They was like, ooh, you fine. Ooh, like, they was like doing that and saying shit to me, and I was just walking. I was like, appreciate it, and I just kept walking, type shit. And like how did first of all, I'm not talking to any girl that is aggressive like that. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. But I need to come up with a word for it, because I was thinking like, why am I getting catcalled? But the thing is, catcalling is for women. Like, that's like, it's pussy calling. Like, that's what catcalling means. Like, I'm calling the pussy over, type shit. But I don't have a pussy, so I can't say they're catcalling me because I don't have a pussy. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think, is there a word out there? People, if you're watching and you made it to this point, leave in the comment section down below, what is catcalling for men? All right? And have you ever experienced it?
I thought catcalling was like if you were like, "Hey, yo, you got a nice butt, ma," or something like that.
Yeah, it's like yelling, like not yelling, but like just calling over to a woman. So like, no matter where you at, like how those women were yelling, you could see if it was the opposite way around, it would be catcalling.
Maybe you could call it dog howling.
Ooh, hold on, I fuck with that one. Dog howling, and man, they was howling at me, man.
Yeah, there was your.
Hey, yo. I've been trying to think of a word for that for years, bro. Like, it's probably been 2 years I've been trying to think of something for that, bro. Finally, I got something to call that, bro. Howling. Yeah, they were dog howling me, man. Oh, hey, I fuck with that. Hey, we coining that term. N2D Podcast is coining that term. If I catch any of you niggas using it, you better shout us out. That's facts. Or I'll be in your comment section going stupid. You feel me?
Dummy.
And I got the receipt, bro. I got the receipt.
Yeah, let this day be marked.
Exactly. So
okay. I can't get over you not talking to any of these females, man. Like, they obviously showing interest. Like, that's easy. Why are you passing up on it? What's the purpose?
Because it's cap. If it was one or maybe 2 girls, I would make an approach. But at the same time, that's like super masculine to call out to a dude, bro. Like in that manner. I'm definitely not walking up to them New York bitches yelling out the car like I'm just some fucking like some bitch. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, I personally, I don't even catcall women. So for them to be howling at me like that is crazy. It's crazy to me. I don't know. It's not normal for girls to do that. And then at the same time,
that's what's interesting about it.
At the same time, like this is not my first time experiencing this, and I've never made an approach, especially to a group of women. I don't know. I feel like you're setting yourself up. If you approach a group of women, I feel like you're setting yourself up. I've done it before in smaller groups of like max four women. Like just as recently, Halloween weekend, I was at a club. I was getting lit. This is gonna be a little story time. I was getting lit at the club. You know, I was dressed up as a hockey player. All right, everybody pretty much had outfits on and stuff like that. And I was like 8 shots of tequila in, with 3 Long Islands and on an empty stomach. All right. So, you know, I was leaning in that bitch. I was seeing 4-5 of one person. So we stayed to the club close. All the lights came on, everything like that. I went to the bar to get me a glass of water, a cup of water, before I left. And I look over to my left, and I see a group of girls. It's like 3 girls. Well, it was 3 girls. And one of them was bad as hell, bro. I was looking, I was like, first of all, they were all bad. They were all bad. They were all like 7s at least, all right? But this one chick, she was an 8, bro. Like, she was like my type, light skin, curly hair. She was like a little like, she was probably like black and Latina. All right, it's my guess. All right, and she was just, So I walk over to her. I walk over to the group, and I'm like, hey, like y'all good? Y'all look like y'all lost something, or y'all scared or something? And they was like, no, we need to use the restroom, and these big ass dudes are blocking the way. And it was the security. They were trying to get everybody out because the club is closing, right? So
okay,
I go over to my homeboy. My homeboy, like, all my friends here are like club promoters and stuff like that. So my homeboy was talking to a shawty that worked there. So I went over to him and I was like, hey, bro. Actually, I went straight to her. I was like, hey, you know my friend right here. I was trying to see if you could do me a favor real quick. And she was like, yeah. What do you need? And I was like, I got my girls over here and they're trying to use the restroom, but they can't, like, cause these big ass dudes are blocking the way. It's just like, can you help them out? And she was like, yeah, I got you. She goes over there, takes him to the restroom. I go over there with her, and I'm like, yo, my friend gonna help you in the restroom or whatever. They go to the restroom, come back out. I get all their IGs except for one girl, right? And this one girl was being a bitch. She was being a bitch. She was like, I was like, hey, do y'all need a ride? Cause I see y'all got an Uber or whatever. You know, y'all could just hop in my car. My friend would drive us to wherever y'all need to go. Blah blah blah. And then they were like, yeah. We'll go with you. And then the other girl was like, no, like, we need to go get my wallet from the other club. Blah blah blah. And then I was like, all right, bet. Like, I'll walk y'all over there, cause the club like right next door. So
is that why she was being a bitch?
I guess for at first that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, she need to go get her wallet, whatever. I'll chop it up with them for right now. And so I'm talking to the other 2 girls or whatever, and you know, I got my arm around the chick that I want, and then the other girl, she likes me more than the chick that I want. So I'm like, dang, they both bad though. Like, I'm trying to choose between the 2, but I can't pick. But they're like, yo, we're gonna go in this club real quick, get the wallet. That club is closing too, so they're trying to hurry up and go and get it. So they go, they get it, and they come back out. And then I'm like, all right, so y'all ready to go? And then the bitch, she's like, no, like, I already ordered us an Uber. We're about to get out of here. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, why? Like, I got a designated driver. Like, I got somebody that's sober, like, that could take us wherever we need to go. You know,
free.
Exactly. And I'm like, yo, I got a nice car. We can play whatever music we want. We get there, you know what I'm saying? Blah blah blah. Chop it up. And they're like, nah. She's like, nah. And the other two are like, yeah, let's do it. And I'm like, cause I kind of mentioned while we were walking that we could like continue the party somewhere else, like, type shit. And they were like, yeah. Ooh. They were so down, but the one girl was causing issues, bro. So at that point, I was like, yo, there's too much pussy out here for me to be really trying to get these 2 girls, even though they really was down. And I know I would have tag team both of the 2 other chicks with my friend, that the promoter dude. And then, like, I had my other homeboys that was at another club that came over. So I was really trying to separate them 3, but they like best friends, bro. So there's no way that was happening. If that was a random girl, then yeah. But I say all that just to put in perspective what I would be dealing with if it was 8 girls, if it was 5 girls in the car, you know what I'm saying? Walking up, I have to not only spit game to the girl that I want, but spit game to everybody in that vicinity. You know, one person catches the wrong vibe, it's over, and then I just wasted my time.
It is a lot harder to approach whenever there's a group.
So like I didn't even want to waste my time, bro. Especially I already have a roster of women. Like I don't need to add any more girls. Like I'm chilling. Like you have to be bad as hell for me to go ahead and be like, all right, cuz like I already have every check that I get, almost a quarter of that money that I get is going towards taking these girls out, hanging out with women, hanging out with my friends, all this shit. Like I already spend enough money, bro. I don't need to add another woman and like, bro, nah. Now, if she drops straight to her knees, then maybe we can work something out. But I already know it's not gonna be that easy. They say all this because their friends are around. Then you approach, and then you get their number, and then they be like playing hard to get and be like, you gotta take me out on a date, you gotta do all that. I'm not doing all that. You come into the crib, I'm bodying your shit, and you going home. If you ain't trying to do that, then hey, I'm sorry, but you can't be on my roster. I already got too many personalities to deal with at this point. How would you handle that situation? You walking down the street, you looking clean, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got a haircut because you going to your haircut. You know what I'm saying? So you like but you clean, like you got a nice fit on. You know, think of your best fit in your closet. You dripped out, you walk in, and these bitches yell out the car, yerk, yerk, like some grown ass men, and they and then they're like, damn, you fun as fuck.
It depends on what kind of mood I am. I'm in, because sometimes I'm playful, so I might like make some jokes and like talk back and forth with them. I probably just like you, I wouldn't go up to them, and I'd be like, if they really want to talk to me, they can like pull up, but I wouldn't like go walk over to the car and be like, hey, yo, what's good? What's good? I'm trying to see what's going on with y'all.
That's
or if I'm in the,
I was like, that's another thing, bro. Like, it would seem mad thirsty. Like, I really ain't got no hoes if I just ran over there. What's up, guys? Oh, you think I'm fine? Woo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
like,
I would just play and joke with them because I feel like they're joking and they're not being serious. And then anybody that says some stuff like that, I'd be like, oh, yeah. They'd be like, oh, you got it going on. I'm like, yeah, you got it going on too. Real recognize real or something like that.
I don't know that. Now that I think about it, because I was already like a good 10 feet past the car.
Yeah.
Like when I was walking past the car, I kind of looked over like at my peripheral, and I seen the girls like laughing, like look, and then they looked at me and they was like peeping, and then as I like kept walking, I saw the windows roll down as I'm like passing the car, and then as I'm like passing it, like I'm past it, they yelled at the car. They were like, "You're." Damn, like I heard like two dams, and then the last girl was like, damn boy, you fine as fuck. I was like, yo, what the fuck? Masculine asshole. God damn.
I always joke around with people like that though. Like if I'm sometimes in my work truck, I'll be looking down at people as I drive by, and I'll just be like what's up? Like just messing with people. People be jamming in their cars. I'll jam with them, turn up. So I'd probably be playful with it.
I wouldn't even like know what to like. Honestly, I wouldn't even know what to do without looking weird, bro. Because like I was already past the car. It would be different if I was walking like towards the car and then they did that before I approached. Then I could have kind of changed my trajectory to approach the car at that point, or even see their faces completely. Because I'm looking through kind of tinted glass, like there's like a reflection from the sun on the glass, so like I seen them, but I didn't really see them. They could have been fat hoes, they could have been ugly as fuck, like who knows?
You didn't even see what they looked like?
No, all I know is that they were black. All I saw was black skin. I seen them like a little bit, like I seen the two people in the front seat. I didn't even know there was people in the back seat until the back windows rolled down and I seen like some hands fly out.
How you know the people in the backseat, you didn't turn around and look at them now?
I don't know, bro. Wait, no. I'm saying because I saw the windows roll down as I walked past. So I like when I was walking towards the car, I glanced over, I saw the two people in the front seat snap their head towards me, and there was like one girl with glasses and she had like braids, and then another girl, but I could barely see her. And then I like kept walking, and as I walked past, I seen both windows roll down. And then I heard like a bunch of voices, so I was like, okay, there's more than just two people in that car.
You know what you should have did? Should have turned around and blew a kiss.
Hell no, that's corny. That's corny as hell. No, that is corny.
I'm gonna tell you right now, only the smoothest of players can pull out blowing a kiss. I feel like Drake could pull out blowing a kiss.
But he's Drake.
Exactly.
He could do anything.
Drake do it. It's not corny when Drake do it, but it's corny when I do it. How?
No, you could do it if that's your game. That you could do it, but to me that's corny. Like, no. But you can't bring up Drake because Drake could literally like, he could be walking butt naked down the street and girls will be like, "Oh, Drake." I don't know. He could be tweaking like a fucking hobo down the street, like, and they'll be trying to get him. Like, he's Drake, bro.
There are other people that are not Drake that can get away with it too, though.
I don't know about that one. I like me thinking about that. It's just so corny, bro.
You're thinking about it. I'm telling you, I bet you.
They would think that you're fruity, bro. They would be like, man, that nigga zesty as hell. The fuck?
Okay.
That man got some sugar in his tank, bro.
It depends on how you blow it, though.
Bro, there's no way to blow the kiss. No, yes, bro.
You're thinking like, if you go like if you do it like that.
That's so zesty, bro. Hell no.
That is zesty. But if you go like that, that's a little bit harder, no?
No.
It's a little bit harder.
No.
All right.
That whole thing is...
I'm going to pull a female by blowing a kiss, and I'm going to shut you up for sure.
But she got to be bad.
Why she got to be bad?
Because if she not bad, then you can... Look, any girl that's a 5 or below, you could do anything and probably pull her.
Cap.
Not cap.
Cap.
Not cap.
That is cap.
Not cap.
5 and belows are not... You're not giving them enough credit.
Bro, I don't care where I go. If let's say it was a Target full of 5 and belows, right?
Yes.
And it was like 30 girls in there.
Okay.
I could pull 25 of them. I could probably get all 30 numbers. I could probably get 25 to go on a date with me, and I could probably smash 20 of them. 5 and belows, easy work.
That doesn't mean anything goes for them, though. Just because you can smash some 5s don't mean anything goes for them.
Yes, that means anything goes, bro. Because that is not happening with no 6, 7, 8, or 9. That's not happening. Because 5 and belows have no options. They have options. Like, every girl has options. But I'm saying
girl has options.
They don't have me as an option. I'm their best. I'm the top of the list when I talk to them.
Okay, so that only applies for you. So
No, that applies for you. That applies for any man with his fucking head on straight.
No, that does not.
The only dudes that are hitting 5 and belows up are desperate men with no bitches. Dudes that really ain't got no options. So like people that's like 5'2", 5'3", like short ass niggas, right? Like guys know mentally where they stand on the hierarchy, right? Like you know, if you see a girl, you're like, damn, I don't like. You know, you doubt yourself in your head, like, man, I don't know if I could pull that bit. That bit bad. She probably got blue check marks in her DM, all that stuff, right? You're not delusional. Like, you know where you stand. Like, I know a dude that's probably 5'4", know that he can't just go up to any bitch and just pull any bitch. But a dude that's 6'6" is gonna have a lot more confidence and know that his chances of pulling hoes is like up there. You know what I'm saying? So like at that point, like bro, you know. The only people
said dudes that be with them baddies though.
They got money. Money or status, one of the two. break it down. It's a triangle. This is what we talk about now. Let me go ahead and change the title because we off catcalling. We talk about the triangle right now. You know what the triangle is?
Enlighten me.
The triangle is what I like to call money, looks, status. That's the triangle. The 3 points of the triangle. Basically, how it works, is have you ever seen like an ability chart where they have like different attributes and then you could see what they have, like you know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. So with money, look, status, right? Basically, imagine you have 100 ability points to add to each category. All right, you have to use all 100 ability points. Okay, so if you use 75 towards looks, then you only have 25 ability points to use towards money and status, right? You only have 25 left. The combined 100 points is what you need to get a woman. All right. So if you have really good looks, then you can substitute not having as much money or status, and vice versa. If you have money and status, like let's say you got 45 points towards status and 45 points towards money, and you got 10 points left over, then you're going to have that 10 points of looks on top of that, right? Unless you got a shit ton of money and a shit ton of status to balance out you being ugly as hell or fat as hell or short as hell. Like Kevin Hart, that dude's short as hell, but he pulling bitches because he got money, hella money and hella status. You feel me? You got to have something if you want to pull hoes like that. And that's the triangle, bro. That's the triangle. So you could think in your head, put in your head where you think you fall on that aspect. Spectrum. Yeah, that spectrum, and that will put you in that ballpark of where you stand in the marketplace. You feel me? Okay. Now, just like there's your vowels A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. The sometimes Y, there's a part of that triangle that's like the center, which I call like game, pretty much. You have to have game. Like that's mandatory, which is why it's like dead center in the middle of the triangle, because you have to have it at the end of the day, or you're gonna get manipulated. So, boom, that's a triangle, bro. Check out my book coming soon. You know I'm writing a book, you feel me? I'm kidding, I ain't writing a book, but yeah. I got the knowledge, man. I got the knowledge. You feel me? This is my own concept that I created myself, all right? Like the triangle thing. I know the money look status is like something that people talk about, but it's not described how I described it. That's how I describe it. That's how I see it. Because you have to have something. Like me, I think I fall more on the looks and the money side, like, because my status isn't there yet. You know what I'm saying? Unless you guys like, comment, and subscribe, bro. Subscribe, bro, so I get the status, bro. I need the attribute points. Man. So make sure you hit the damn like button. Subscribe, man. Follow me on IG. You know what I'm saying? It's free, bro. Like, it's literally free. You're not spending no money. All right? And you get free content. All right?
Free content, free game, free whatever you want.
Yeah. So, that's just my thought. What's your thoughts on the triangle? Do you think I'm off with that? You don't think you need any of that? Like, what you think?
Those are definitely core concepts. The only thing, does everybody have 100? My question is, does everybody have 100?
No. 100 is max points. So,
it's when you fill each corner of the triangle.
No. You can't fill each corner of the triangle. It's impossible. You only have 100 points. You can balance it out, that 100 points, that 33.3 points in each category. Your triangle, actually, it would fill the triangle, technically. Your triangle would just be smaller. Actually, that makes sense. Oh, okay. So look, the smaller your triangle, the less game you have to have, because you filled up all the corners. The bigger your triangle, the more game you have to have, because your corners ain't filled up.
You gotta compensate somehow.
Exactly. Oh my
What if
god.
What if it was like, you know, the game is it offsets some of the points that you need. So if you have you can get 95 money, looks, and status, and you only require like 5 game or so.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I'm saying. The size of your triangle. So like the less game you need because your triangle's smaller, because the triangle shrinks the more points you get. If that makes sense. Because you need you could use less game. Like Drake doesn't need any game. Like he needs like 1 point towards game. He's Drake. He has money, looks, and status. He could literally walk into a room, be like, you, and he's fucking that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, it have to be like a super Drake hater, but at that point, none of that matters at that point. So, but any normal girl or girl that knows who he is over. It's over.
Yeah. So. I always like looking at things from a game aspect, though. Because, you know, you get to grind and see that ability grow, and then you get to reflect on it. All of those are tangible. Like, looks, even though you may not be able to be the best looking person, you can still, you know, contribute towards that stat and, you know, get it up somehow. Money, always make more money. And then status, always can get more status. You just got to be social, connect with the right people, and be a cool person. Don't be a jerk.
No, you could be a jerk. Bullies got status. Bullies got mad status.
But they have to do some people right. They're not a jerk to everybody.
I think people get confused on status. Status is just how known you are in the community that you're in. So if you're a jerk at work, but you're the boss, you have the most status at your workplace because you're the boss. So it doesn't matter how you treat people, technically. Status is just how known you are in the community that you're in. So if you're the
status doesn't have to do anything with popularity.
You could be popular and be an asshole. Popularity is just how many people know you and what you're known for. You could be the biggest geek in the school and still be popular.
I thought it was mostly influence. I thought it was based off of influence, like how much influence you have.
You can have negative influence. Like Charleston White has a negative influence, but he's popular. People think of him as Uncle Ruckus. Nobody really likes that guy, but he's on every podcast. He has a crap ton of followers. Like,
he doesn't have negative. He has influence though, still.
Yeah, I mean, he influences his community, but I'm saying his internet presence is negative.
What I'm trying to say is that your popularity is kind of determined by your influence. So, like, you're more popular the more you can control. That's how I see it, at least.
But what I'm saying is, what I'm talking about, the point that I'm trying to make is, you were saying that you have to be positive in order to have status. And what I'm saying is, you can be negative and have status, which is why I brought up bullies and people who have negative influence are still popular.
I was more so saying it just to help you gain status. It'd be easier to gain status if you were cool than opposed to if you were a jerk. Or do you disagree with that as well?
I mean, it's because I believe in the philosophy that bad press is also good press. So even it doesn't matter how you get popular, to be honest. It's just how you use that popularity. Like, let's think of Bad Baby. Bad Baby came onto the scene as a wannabe black girl that was saying "Catch Me Outside" and everybody was making fun of her, making memes of her. But now she's a millionaire and she has a fan base. She took that negative press and manipulated it into her favor. And she has a lot of status.
That's a good example.
So, I mean, with that being said, like, it doesn't matter how you get famous, really. It's just based on your morality and how you see it. You know, if you're, like, I know you are more on the morality spectrum of good over evil. Me personally, I don't fall anywhere on that spectrum. I fall on the spectrum of just real. So I believe that, like, however you get famous is how you get famous. You know what I'm saying? Like that period poo, period ah girl, she got a record deal for doing that. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter how you get famous, as long as you get whatever you're trying to get out of it. So that's what I think. But status is just how known you are in the community. No matter how good or bad, you can get the bad boys get the dude that sells drugs on the corner, he gets hoes. He got status. He's known in his neighborhood as the dough boy. All right? And he's going to get hoes off of that. That's high status. Even though it's negative, it's high status. You feel me? Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
So that's the triangle for y'all. If y'all don't know what the triangle is, I just put y'all on. That's what the triangle is, man. We out here conning terms. We already conned 2 terms during this podcast: dog howling and the triangle. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of Doughboy, I have one more topic to leave us off with, and it is Mr. Donald Trump. You know what's going on with Donald Trump? Anything?
No, if I'm being honest, I'm not concerned with anything that's going on with Donald Trump. Unless he's getting as far away from me as possible.
Well, you should be concerned with it because he is running for president and he has a huge influence on your entire life here in America. So you should be looking at these things. But I will inform you that he has announced his candidacy and he's going to be trying to run for president. Now, there is rumors that he's not going to be able to run for president, but there's also people saying that he is able to run for president. So we will also see how that goes and if Biden is going to make a return and try and go for a second time around, or we could be getting some new candidates out here. Who knows? But I think it's pretty set in stone if Trump runs for president that he's going to be going against Biden. It's probably going to be round 2. And I was looking at the comment section of a lot of tweets on on Twitter and Instagram, the comments on Instagram, and I'm not going to hold you. I'm telling you, I'm saying black people, a lot of minorities are on the side of Trump right now. They're like, yo, we got to get Biden up out of here. Now, I don't know if that's just how my comments filtered in that way. But that's what I was seeing. And it was even on, the comments were even on comments like the Shade Room, which is mostly a black oriented Instagram page. A lot of women funnel onto that page. So I was looking at that. I was like, oh, that's interesting to see. Me personally, I don't hold allegiance to any political party like a lot of people do. Because they're not, it's not a football team. You know what I'm saying? It's actually like, it changes every year and stuff like that. So it's going to be interesting to see. But I bring up this topic because I want your opinion on something that he said during his announcement speech. All right.
Okay.
He said that people who sell drugs, one of the things that he wants to get approved if he was to become president is that people who sell drugs or get caught for selling drugs could be subject to the death penalty. He wants to give the death penalty to drug dealers, people who deal drugs. So that's in any aspect of selling drugs. So corner boy all the way up to the kingpin that's moving the kilos, the big bricks and stuff like that. He wants to subject them all to the death penalty if caught.
Did he explain why or what the intention behind that? What he plans to accomplish by enacting such a
Of course,
such a scheme?
of course not, because everything nowadays is just based on clips. So you either got to watch the whole thing or you're gonna miss out on context. But based on the clip that I saw, it was he did say what I just told you. So what are your thoughts on that? What you think about that?
I would like to know what the purpose of it is. If I were to just take it at face value, I would say that he's trying to target a demographic. You know, people perceive drug dealers and cartel people to be a certain group of individuals, and an opposing group of individuals would look at that and say, "Oh yeah, that's going to get rid of the group of individuals I don't like." So I'm all for it.
Mm. Yeah,
that's what it sounds like to me. But I mean, I had a conversation with people at my job, and they were saying that, you know, if we actually started punishing people with the death penalty, it would reduce the amount of crime. Like, people would stop doing such irrational stuff if they knew that they were going to die. They would get into a situation and they would say, do I really want to go through with this? And I could see it trying to make them reflect on it. If that's his goal, you know, that would make sense. But there was a better approach to it. And why something on such a lighter scale? Why not talk about it on people that actually commit real crimes that hurt people in much more severe terms?
Here's my thought on the whole situation. Honestly, the death penalty in itself does nothing. All right? I don't think the death penalty really stops anybody from committing crimes, because the crimes that are subject to the death penalty, how many people are on death row right now? Like hundreds, maybe even thousands of people on death row. Those people did not care when they decided to kill somebody. They were just had the intent on killing someone. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, the drug dealers getting punished by drugs, you're facing 20 years or more, depending on how much you're selling, of course. Like, if you get caught with a little bag, like a little dime bag, like, of course you're probably not gonna get the same sentence as somebody with pounds of weed or stuff like that. But all those people get crazy sentences and for doing stuff like that. So with that being said, like on our last podcast, a dude stole over $300 million and got 10 years versus somebody who got caught with a couple pounds of weed, which street value price is not even over a few like 50 bands or so. If you get caught with 50 bands worth of drugs, you're subject to 20 years. You know what I'm saying? So the system is already screwed up. You know what I'm saying? And it's not stopping anybody from selling drugs or consuming it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I honestly think at this point, the whole system has to change. It can't just be, oh, I'm just going to add the death penalty to this and it's going to scare them away. I don't think it's going to do that. It's already illegal.
It is illegal. The death penalty I believe it would accomplish something. I mean, you have people that commit these heinous crimes and then they serve their time, and they let them back out into the streets, and then they go do those crimes again. If you put the death penalty to it, you could stop that. You would essentially, maybe it wouldn't have the macro effect that you would want to see, but it would definitely have an impact. uh Speaking of that 300 million idea that you were talking about, you said that you would serve that 10 years for that $300 million. If you knew that the death penalty was that, you wouldn't risk for something like that, you know?
That's because the weight of the money doesn't weigh towards my life.
Exactly. And you, other people would look at a scenario that they're about to commit and they go, "Is this worth my life?" And they probably decide not to do it.
But here's the thing, though.
Go ahead.
I'm not desperate for $300 million. The people that sell drugs and stuff like that, most of the people that I know that sell drugs allegedly, are all in some sort of desperation. They're not just doing it for fun. They're doing it to sustain their lifestyle and their family. You know what I'm saying? So, out out of desperation and to, you know, to survive and live, it's the death penalty is not gonna stop them because they're already without selling drugs, they're already gonna die. You understand? They're already in a situation where they have nothing to lose, which is why they go into doing things like this. It's not a game. It's not fun to sell drugs and always be looking over your shoulder and wondering if you're gonna die or at a drug deal or you're gonna get caught or pulled over every second of the day. That's not fun. Like that. Like maybe there's a few people out there that gets a thrill out of it and it's just like, oh, so exhilarating. But I don't think it's going to change anything. And then, if anything, it's going to make our prison systems even worse because if you look at the death penalty, like there's people on death row for 20, 30 years before they actually go and get sentenced to death. You know what I'm saying? So it's just going to fill up our prisons even more. I honestly don't think a lot of people, especially the people that sell drugs, are even thinking like of the consequences. They're thinking short term. They're thinking, all right, if I sell these drugs right now, I can make this money real quick, flip it. I can pay for this. I can get this going. I can get my baby some diapers. I can get my baby mama her money, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? That's what they thinking. They're not
Well, if they're going to die, it would force them to think long term, don't you think?
I don't think so. I don't think it's going to change anything. Me personally. Just because I know the aspects of why people do it. Like,
right, but I mean, but you know the aspect of why they do it with what's in place now. If the death penalty was incurred, I feel like it would majorly shift it. That would definitely mess up the meta of drug dealing in general.
I don't think so, man.
You think you think if they put the death penalty onto drug dealing, it would be the exact same, nothing would change whatsoever?
I think the only thing that would change is the method that they do the drug deals. I don't think people are going to I think it's going to be more secretive. Like I'm not just going to be walking around with drugs in my pocket, waiting to get caught, but I think it's going to be more like secretive in how they do the deals and stuff like that, or however they do it. I don't think it's going to stop. Like, drugs is $1 trillion industry. Like, you got cartel and all these people. They don't give a fuck about no death penalty. They gonna look at these people in their face. They gonna say, who are you more scared of, the government or me? You're gonna die on the spot fucking with these people, you know what I'm saying? Versus, in the government, you still got a good 20 years to live at least. You're not going to prison and then they like, all right, time to die. No, you're going to go to prison. You're going to sit in prison for about 2 years before you actually get your court case going. You're going to go through your court case for another 3-4 years. And then, of course, when you get found guilty, you're going to be sitting on death row for a good another 20 years. So you already extended that period of time, 30 years. And by that time, you probably like 60 years old. you don't give a fuck about your life anyway. At that point, you like, man, kill my ass, bro. I don't give a fuck. I'm 60. Like, I don't know, bro. I don't think it's gonna change anything. I think it's just gonna cost the government more money because they're gonna have to house all these people. Um, I think the only people that's gonna be thinking like that are like kids, maybe. I think the people that are like already in the game is not gonna give a fuck, bro. They already running from the cops. They already trying to dodge. Like they're already trying to dodge the cops. Like I don't know. I don't think it's gonna change anything.
It'd be for a different reason. You know, if you think that it wouldn't change the game, leave a comment. Let us know what your thoughts are. You know, tell us what you feel it would be like. Do you think that the death penalty is too extreme for drug dealers? If you would want to see it move to something else, what would you think it should be for? The reason why I thought the death penalty being incurred would be beneficial. I'm not honestly 100% for it because I don't know much about the legal system and how they handle death row executions. But I do know that's in the case, you know, one of the biggest things that's been going on is the Jeffrey Dahmer special. Everybody's been talking about that Netflix special, and people think they could have stopped him from killing all those other people if they would have gave him the death penalty for the first crime that he committed. So I thought it was interesting. It was interesting something that you brought up. Definitely a lot to think about. I'm probably going to be thinking about it afterwards too, honestly.
My thing is the harsh penalties do deter a lot of people from doing things. But the thing is, it's not the end all be all. You know what I'm saying? Like there in other countries, you steal something, you get your fucking hand chopped off. And people still be stealing over there. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't give a fuck. And most of the people that do that, like I said, desperation makes people do things they don't want to do. And when you growing up in the hood, you got to do what you fucking got to do. That's all I got to say on that. We're reaching the end right now. Is there anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Like, do I have another topic?
Anything?
Where are we at right now? I just know I was just going to bring up Kendrick Lamar had dropped his music video for Rich Spirit. And,
okay. You want to talk about your thoughts?
Yeah. I thought it was a good video. Well, I like the video. Kendrick Lamar has a lot of he has a very artistic approach when it comes to some music videos. Because, you know, some rappers, they have something simple, but he kind of likes to do, he does a lot of cinematography in it. And there's a lot of stuff that you have to pay attention to whenever you look at it. And I just thought I enjoyed it. It kind of got me thinking about, you know, who makes some of the best music videos.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if I were to put him on the list, I think he would go on it.
Did he direct it or?
He has someone else shoot it. Okay. But you know, he obviously collabs with people who have some kind of vision, and I'm sure he plays some type of role.
Well, since we're on the topic of that and music and stuff like that, I do want to touch on something while I have you here, because you just reminded me of the Grammy nominees that they have for music. I'm trying to see if I have the post somewhere on here. I do not have the post saved. I don't think I do. I thought I did for a second. But basically, if you look at the Grammy nominees for this year, when they were doing the rap albums, they kind of made a huge mistake with the albums that they have listed.
What did they do?
First of all, they have God Did and Jack Harlow's album nominated for Grammys over JID's album, Saba's album, I'm missing somebody. I'm missing somebody. I can't think of it. I had the list earlier, but the Grammys, like, it's like they ignored all the good albums, like the actual hip hop albums. You know what I'm saying? Like God did, it's like more like a pop album than it is a rap album. If we really want to get to the meat and potatoes of the whole thing, like there's a few rap songs on it, but when you listen to it, they have a song with Party Next Door and SZA on it. Or no, I think it's Party Next Door and SZA. It but that's R&B. That's straight R&B right there. You know what I'm saying? Like that whole that whole album isn't rap. So why is it nominated for rap? Which makes me think like, okay, at this point, is the Grammys like? I don't really know too much about the Grammys. I don't really pay attention to it that much. But is the Grammys like a paid for spot? Because Jack Harlow should definitely not be up there. That album was ass. That album was ass. Half of that album was pop. It was not all rap. You feel me?
Yeah.
I wish I could find that post because it had a really good
There has to be something about it though, because what didn't I forget what album he was competing against. It couldn't. But Macklemore had The Heist, and it won over Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, that's crazy. Actually, that's not too crazy. Because at least he makes rap music. At least he's a rapper competing against another rapper, which is fair. But when you got pop songs and pop going against rap, when you have good rap albums out there, like, I mean really good, like concise, like original hip hop type albums. Like JID's album was one of those albums that was like a complete album. Like the same way like Kendrick's album was like a complete album. Like it had a theme, it had like actual topics. It's not just a mashup of a bunch of artists on one album, which is insane. Like that they had like, okay, so here are the best rap album nominees. Future, I Never Liked You.
Okay.
DJ Khaled, God Did. Pusha T, It's Almost Dry. Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. And then Jack Harlow, Come Home, The Kids Miss You. Jack Harlow does not even belong on this list with these people. I'm sorry, bro. Like, this is insane. Insanity.
Who do you feel like should win out of that list, though?
If we're doing best rap album, me personally, like my own personal choice would be Future. But I think Kendrick's gonna win just because it's the only, like, I don't know, like people like that conscious shit. I don't know. Me personally,
The club stuff is more popular now, in my opinion. I don't think there's enough Kendrick Lamar fans out there.
honestly, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Kendrick has not been a favorite of mine since Damn. Honestly, he doesn't make music like that no more. Like all his music is like I play it one time and I'm like, man, that was a good song, and I never listen to it again. Like I don't have nothing from the Big Steppers in my playlist. It's not on rotation, nothing, like at all. Not to say that it's bad music. It's just he has nothing to turn up to. He has nothing, like, I don't know, bro. It's just I don't know.
And there has to be a lot of other people that share your opinion, because club music or stuff that you can really bump or turn to, like Lil Baby. Those always seem to do better. I'm surprised none of those are up there. That's not up there.
Lil Baby's album
I
was
think Future
ass.
was.
That
What
album
is
was
it?
that album was ass. He dropped hot garbage. That shit was stale, musty, dusty. He should have kept that shit on the shelf. For real. Um Honestly, I think this is a pretty tough list, but I think the battle is out of Future, Khaled, and Pusha T, unfortunately. I think Kendrick has a chance to win like in another category. Um, like I said, Kendrick, it depends on who's voting this Grammy. Because if they're I honestly think that the reason I put Future and Khaled and Pusha T over Kendrick in this selection is because of the albums that they have nominated. If they had JID, Saba, like people who dropped like rap albums, then at that point, then I would have been like, ooh, Kendrick's probably gonna win. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or JID, because you're talking about like good music videos and stuff like that. JID is on the same. I think JID and Kendrick are on the same level. If we're talking like bar for bar, video for video, stuff like that, JID is in that category. So I was like,
Definitely is.
That would have been like a nice little battle. But I think just based on the nominees, it's got to be Future or Khaled. And I say Khaled because Khaled just had a bunch of fucking artists on there, bro. Like everyone from Drake to Jay-Z to Lil Wayne to Future to SZA to like, he just had an all-star cast. Baby, he had Nardo Wick, Kodak Black. Like he literally had every big artist on that album. So there's plenty of other categories, but we won't go through all that. Glorilla got nominated for a Grammy, which is pretty cool for that F&F song. She's going against. I think she might win that one.
She has to win. She gotta win.
Cause who she's going against is Doja Cat's Vegas, which I've never heard that song. Pushin' P with Gunna and Future and Young Thug. The Heart Part 5, Kendrick Lamar.
Nah.
And
I
then
like that song, but nah.
And then God Did. DJ Khaled. Like I really don't think any of these songs are. I ain't gonna lie, this year for rap has been ass. There hasn't been any good albums. Like literally, like I said, the only good albums was the JID album, but that's not a popping out. Like when I say a good year, like it's not a 2016. Like you ain't got 18 albums that are just like straight gas. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be in everybody's playlist. Like, unfortunately, I don't be walking downtown and hear people blasting JID as I walk down the street. All right. The only thing I've been hearing blasting as far as rap is that Drake album, but they dropped it too late. That's probably gonna be on next year's Grammy list. Let's look at 2021 rap albums. See, like last year, it wasn't that bad. You had J. Cole the off season. You had Call Me If You Get Lost, Tyler.
Bangers. Call Me If You Get Lost.
Certified Lover Boy, Doja Cat, Planet Her, King Disease 2, Donda,
Junior Watanabe on my plate.
Slime Language 2, I can't say it. The Melodic Blue. I can't say that word.
The melodic.
Melodic. I can't say that shit. If you like Pierre Bourne.
That was a big too. Good movie.
The Life of Pierre 5. If you like Pierre Bourne. Pierre 5. Never mind. Trip at Night. With Trippie Redd. Punk with Young Thug. Life of Don Tolliver, Hall of Fame, Polo G. There was a lot of good albums. The debut album, ESCG's debut album. That Live Life Fast was ass. Roddy Ricch, I'm sorry. Culture 3, but that was mid. Oh, Shiesty Season, Pooh Shiesty's debut album. Soulfly, Rod Wave, Destined to Win, Lil TJ. Like, there was a bunch of albums last year. Go to 2020 real quick. My Turn, Lil Baby, Eternal Take, Lil Uzi Vert, The GOAT, Polo G, Wanna Gunna. If you like Megan Thee Stallion, good news. She's poop. Blame It on Baby, The Baby. He was booming during that year. Limbo by Anime. Pop Smoke.
Yeah, that one was pretty good too. Yeah. I like that. Album.
Meet the Woo, Pop Smoke. Artist 2.0 with A Boogie. PTSD, G Herbo, Whole Lot of Red, Playboy Cardi. Pray for Love, Rod Wave.
Bro, he made something for the Rangers on that one.
Savage Mode with Metro Boomin and 21 Savage. Like, Dark Lane demo tapes. Like,
Dark Lane demo tapes. Oh wait, Limbo is not the album I thought it was. Never mind. That album is not that good.
Time Serve with Moneybagg Yo. Like, bro, there's so many albums. So many albums, man. Sugar, Megan Thee Stallion. That was her debut album. Bro, we can go on for days, but this year just wasn't it, bro. This year was straight mid. Oh, Denzel Curry was who I was thinking of. Denzel Curry's album was fire this year, which should have been nominated over God Did and the other shit. Yeah, my albums of the year this year is definitely Her Loss, Future's album. I Never Liked You.
Never.
I don't know. All this other stuff is kind of mid.
That drum album is nice, if you're into that.
You said Drum?
Mm-hmm.
Mid.
Like I said, if you're into that.
He's mid. Him in general is mid. Babyface Ray, fire. That album was fire. Only Built for Infinity Links, fire. Quavo and Takeoff, that shit was fire. It was better. It was fire because it was better than what I expected it to be. I was expecting another Migos album, but that shit was, they was actually doing different stuff, which is cool. But we extended the pod a little bit longer just for y'all. Shout out to everybody who made it to the end of the pod. Make sure to give a like, comment, and subscribe like we've been telling y'all whole time. Follow us on all of our social media platforms.
Hit the links.
And our boy Les will sign us out with this one.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Hope y'all have a blessed night. You know what I'm saying? How hard is it to hit a subscribe button? I wonder.
I've been thinking about that this whole time. If you ain't hit it
hard though, let me try it real quick.
If you ain't hit it by now, then
it's that easy. I just gave you a tutorial. You hover your mouse over the subscribe button and you click that mod. Mm-hmm. You can turn the notifications on if you want to. We're gonna be premiering. We stream every Monday and Wednesday. Show love. We show love back. Always looking out. That's all I got to say.
All right, with that being said, we will catch y'all in the next one.